I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning. Welcome to Your Morning Goss, which is a segment I have here on Bravo Hot Tea, where I talk about all things housewives, Bravo loves, and some other good pop culture tea. So definitely subscribe, turn on notifications, give your girl a like. I highly appreciate it. And with that said, let's get into it. All right, so Leah McSweeney. It's like we can't get her off of our screens or off of our feed because she keeps coming back. Now she's filing a new suit against Andy, and this is from page six. McSweeney files new court papers against Andy Cohen, claiming he tried to bully her into silence, have her blackmailed. Okay, that's pretty serious. Now, in her original suit, it was basically her saying the network, the producers, they knew about her relationship with alcohol and some of her mental health concerns, yet they propped her up to act the way she did on Real Housewives of New York. So she was on for what, 2 seasons? Our first taste of Leah McSweeney was her in the Hamptons in Ramona's beautiful backyard, running around with no clothes on and throwing around tiki torches, which is not just damaging to Ramona's property, but also you never know. It's just harmful all around what she was doing. She was, I guess, sober at the time when she started the show, and then with the show, I guess she relapsed and started drinking again. That is her prerogative to be on a show that's been airing for well over a decade, a franchise that's been airing over a decade, where, yeah, people do like seeing these housewives getting messy. That's what the show is. But if you have such a problem on your own that other people are now getting blamed for your behavior. Well, you're a grown woman. Like you went on the show and then you went back on the show. I could understand if she was on the show for 1 season and then she didn't like the way she looked and then she like filed suit against like Bravo, the network, whatever. But also she's like filing it against Andy. Like I don't understand what her beef is with Andy. Like, okay. So we're just covering our basics here. And then she also went on Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, which womp womp, that looked really bad. All right, now let's move on to her new suit. Essentially, she's claiming that in her original suit, Bravo, Andy Cohen, they sent her a fiery letter, which was intended to intimidate her so that Leah McSweeney wouldn't further pursue her original lawsuit. And essentially, it was to discourage her and other housewives from ever going up against Andy Cohen. Now, she also thinks that the statement from Cohen's lawyer would harm her reputation in the entertainment industry and then basically affect her perspective when it comes to employment and other opportunities in the business. I really think she should take a good look in the mirror, take a good look at her actions. And just the Spark Notes version, we saw her on Real Housewives of New York City. We thought she would be a young and fresh addition to New York City. She wasn't that fresh. And she was, her storyline just wasn't all that entertaining. And like, we don't really want relatable women on Real Housewives of New York. New York. We want like those women who are living in palatial suites facing Central Park. Those are the women we want, but for obvious reasons, we're never going to get those society women on these shows. These shows, it wouldn't add to their lives in a positive way, like we would just see they would just air out their dirty laundry and it would ruin their lives. So we get the likes of Leah McSweeney on these shows, who obviously you have to have a little bit of desperation if you want to be a housewife. Like you need to be a little tacky, you know what I mean? Like you need to just be maybe not tacky. Tacky's not the right word. For some housewives, yes, tacky is the word, not for all of them. You need a level of thirst to be on these shows where you wanna be on TV, you want the lights, camera, action, all that stuff. Well, I guess maybe not action because it's not scripted, but you guys get the point. Um, or it has to make sense for you, like Lisa Vanderpump. She propelled her businesses, her restaurants, she propelled her own brand and, made it to what it is today. Or there's the business aspect, which really I think is the point of Housewives for a lot of these women. They either get a divorce, um, they build their confidence, or they have some sort of business that I think they should come in with, where it's kind of like getting off the ground. It's not like off the ground yet. It's just, they're starting out. So they want more eyes and ears on their business. Leah, I don't know, maybe she could have propelled Married to the Mob or whatever that t-shirt line is, but nobody wants to wear that stuff. Like, let's be so effing for real. Anyways, guys, that's like the update on Leah. I really think if you are going to go up against Andy, you're not going up against Andy. You are going up against a huge network with lawyers, some of the top lawyers, I'm going to assume, in their pocket, $1 billion network basically. So good luck to her. I don't really understand what the point of all this is. Good luck to her and her OF, which I'm going to assume is her bread and butter at the moment. Okay, let's talk about some fun stuff. So obviously Ariana is now on oh god, why am I having a brain freeze? She's on Love Island and she looks great. Okay, let's take a look at Dan. So Dan joined Ariana on Love Island. Like he went to Fiji with her, I guess, while she was filming it. And this man is so funny, so light, and I just think he's like a low key funny guy. She's doing her dancing, looks amazing. Oops. I don't have sound on, but he's basically like how he's a kid. You can't like take him everywhere. Here's the thing. He, I don't think, was paid to be on Love Island, but here he is just, doing the most. He's behind the scenes. He's obviously he's not in any of the promotional content, you guys. But I just still keep thinking about the shade. Well, it was shady against Brock when it was what, reunion part two, part three, where Andy was like, "Oh, but Brock is, Brock was filming on Vanderpump Rules like the first one or two seasons. I guess he wasn't paid, but he was on." And I just thought it was like so shady when Andy said that. But it's like, let's be real, like Brock, we still don't know what he does. I think he had a semi pro-ish rugby career back in New Zealand or Australia, down under, wherever he's from. This is like the difference. You want to get, like, if you are going to be on reality TV, you need someone who's like, they're okay if they end up, being shown on the show, but they are not like trying to be, stars themselves or house husbands or like, bring on that boyfriend energy and take on screen time. So I know some of us have been a little hard on Ariana. Like, really, you met this guy 10 days later and you're with him. The optics are a little weird. But you know what? She met this guy. He seems like he has high emotional intelligence, which, trust me, the bar is so low. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, it's like, wow, a man with EI, that is amazing. So my whole point of this is Ariana girl, get it. I see why you are with this man. He seems low key, he seems fun, which is exactly what she needs. Let's talk about Petty Simon because, this is an ongoing story. Once Real Housewives of Atlanta started filming, well, let's backtrack a bit. When Porsha announced she would be coming back, not as Porsha Williams, but as Porsha Guobadia, I think there was a lot of buzz and excitement, including from myself. I was like, oh, great. Like, we didn't get to see her beautiful wedding with multiple looks and venues and ceremonies on the show. But now we will see her life, her jet set life as Mrs. Guobadia on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But obviously that changed right before filming. You know, they're both headed into this nasty divorce now. Him being an OG scammer. I've already talked about that here on Bravo Hot Tea. Anyways, now he's trying to ban her from filming his Rolls Royce, which I think is so funny. The house, I understand, like, okay, he doesn't want, filming in the house. He's trying to stop her bag. This man is so petty. I really do not understand where Porsha finds these men. So apparently, he is banning True Entertainment from filming, recording, photographing his Rolls Royce because it's his property, but he doesn't want any other third parties gaining possession or filming his Rolls Royce. So he is requesting no photographs, recordings be released, disclosed, or published. And basically, he doesn't consent his vehicle being on the show. So not only is he trying to stop her from filming in the house, but he's also trying to stop her from filming the Rolls Royce. And apparently, the Rolls Royce is up for questioning it in their prenup, whether she can film it or not. And then obviously, there's a whole situation about her vacating the home upon split, according to the prenup. Guys, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of it all. Just from someone watching these shows, enjoying the pettiness of these shows, now we see the pettiness of what's going on in their real life. Like, yes, it's part of the show, but it's also not part of the show because now social media is, heavily involved in the lives of these people. So not everything ends up on the show, or we find out about things on the show months ahead because we see everything on social media, especially with the likes of Simon and Porsha. They seem to be like not tweeting, but like saying crap on their Instagrams about each other almost on a daily basis. So now obviously we know this man is being petty about the Rolls Royce, which I'm going to assume we will see on the show. You guys, let me know your thoughts on Porsha and Simon. Are you here for it? Do you find it funny? Do you find it annoying that these two adults are going back and forth on social media? Definitely chime in. Real Housewives of Dubai. Those of you who don't watch, you are missing out on a great, fun, light show. Yes, they cover some important topics, but the way they address it, it's really like conversational and like it makes sense. They're not just like having serious conversations just for the heck of it. They're talking about their like real lives. So that's that. My point is, someone check on Caroline Brooks because her good girlfriend, the girl in the middle in the white, so far 2 episodes have aired from the Real Housewives of Dubai season 2, which, by the way, Dubai has been done dirty. Like, let me go back. So season 1 premiered, great. And then I guess they filmed season 2, but then season 2, they kept it from us for so long. So whatever we are watching on the show right now is like well over a year old, like whatever drama's going on there. So season 2, first 2 episodes, Caroline Brooks, she brings on her good friend, her real life good friend, Talene, the lady in the white, and she introduces her to, the cast, Chanel, Stanberry, and, Sarah, whoever else, right? But now Talene is doing all these like reels and TikToks with Ian and Stanberry. And from what we see on the show and in real life, Caroline Brooks and Caroline Stanberry, they do not get along. But Caroline Stanberry is kind of like whatever, whereas Caroline Brooks vehemently, I can't say that word properly, She cannot stand Stanberry. And I feel like we're not getting the full story. And then all of a sudden, Talene is now chummy chummy with Ian and Stanberry. I don't know what the heck is going on over there in Dubai. I do feel like Bravo is partially to blame because for the audience, I feel like we're missing key pieces to the story just because of, I don't know, the timing and how long they've kept the show from us. And then in real life, we see, a lot of friendship dynamics switching, and it literally makes no sense. So Dubai, you guys, I again, if you're not watching, you're missing out. You should watch. I'm also doing the recaps. They're not as long as Jersey, just because I feel like they have more fun and the friendship dynamics, the storylines, they move at a better rate. So that's the tea on Dubai. If anyone knows what's going on between Stanbury, why does Brooks hate her so much? Let me know in the comments. We're gonna end off with New Jersey, but not like the heavy stuff, some fun stuff. Jennifer Aydin and Bill Aydin, they are on the cover of Beauty Affair magazine. Now, when I came across this, to me, it looks like some sort of a local magazine. And I was kind of looking at the content of their interview. And just from like what I saw, it seems like it's talking about her surgeries, basically her journey from what she looked like before to now. And she was never like grotesque. She was always like a pretty girl, but like everyone wants to do a little this and that. And if you have the means for it, why not go for it? They don't talk about Jersey, is what I'm getting from it. And obviously, with Real Housewives of New Jersey, how messy it's been this season on the show, a whole storyline off the show. Jennifer Aydin being called out or being caught for sharing screeners and whatnot. We have not seen her do one interview set up by Bravo. Because, when these shows, a new season premieres, we see them doing interviews with Us Weekly, with E, with people, just like they make the rounds with all the usual outlets. We have not seen Jen Aydin do one interview. I haven't even seen her do an interview with like, I don't know, like smaller blogger or a small podcast or whatever. I could be wrong. You guys let me know, but I personally haven't seen her do any interviews. So this interview with, I'm going to assume it's more of a local magazine, nothing to do with Jersey. It has everything to do with her transformation, which I don't think Bravo really cares if she's going out and talking about her physical changes. Again, nothing to do with Jersey or the storylines in Jersey. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Aydin's doing an interview, but it has nothing to do with Jersey. All right, I saw this on Betches, and this to me is hilarious. What the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast would bring to a picnic. Teresa would bring a pineapple for obvious reasons. Jen Aydin, a spoon to stir the pot. Rachel, her husband, the ninth housewife or whatever number housewife he would be. We got Melissa, her Hermes blanket. Could be fake. Kyle is also known for the Hermes blanket in the background. Dolores, a full Italian feast. I think Dolores is going to bring her new Irish accent. I think. Danielle is bringing edible glitter. Jen Fessler, fresh mozzarella. And then Marge, warm 4-pack of soiree. So Marge actually did comment on this, and then she's like, never warm, always icy, or always cold, or something like that. So I don't know. I thought this was cute. All right, guys. I wanted to keep this morning goss a little bit lighter and, nothing too heavy because later on the day, there's a ton of topics I'll be covering. So definitely look out for those videos. We got a little bit of VPR, a little bit of Jersey, and we'll see if anything else breaks later on in the day. Definitely subscribe, get your girl to 1,000. Much appreciated. By the way, this is a one woman show, just, just so you guys know. And yeah, I will catch you later and enjoy the rest of your day.